Ukrainian forces destroyed 18 armored vehicles in under 3 hours as Russian forces drove into a deadly Ukrainian ambush southwest of Kostiantynivka. After facing repeated humiliating setbacks at Pokrovsk, the Russian command redirected their offensive toward Kostiantynivka as they collided with the Ukrainian defense line. The Russians sent a massive assault group with dozens armored vehicles to break through, but were funneled into a devastating kill zone. The goal of Russian forces west of Kostiantynivka is to achieve a decisive penetration through Ukrainian defensive lines, creating opportunities to outflank and encircle both Pokrovsk and Kostiantynivka simultaneously. This would disrupt Ukrainian defenses across 2 crucial sectors, potentially destabilizing a massive portion of the front line. Ukrainian forces swiftly redeployed elite units to stall further gains, successfully buying time for reserves to reinforce secondary defense lines. Despite incremental Russian progress since the initial breakthrough, Ukrainian defenders succeeded in slowing down enemy momentum, preventing the frontline collapse that Russia urgently sought. Now, Russian forces find themselves confronting fortified Ukrainian positions to the southwest of Kostiantynivka, where they've been unable to advance further over the past 2 weeks. The Russians currently hold one significant advantage: the establishment of a bridgehead across the important Bichok River. This allows them to transfer larger numbers of troops and equipment across the water barrier, increasing their offensive potential and the intensity of their attacks. The geographic position of the bridgehead offers flexibility for attacks against Kostiantynivka or Pokrovsk, but given limited resources, Russian commanders seem focused primarily on pushing toward Kostiantynivka. This tactical choice also threatens the nearby Ukrainian defense lines near Toretsk, increasing the reward of any successful maneuver for the Russians. However, Ukrainian defenses around Kostiantynivka are robust and carefully designed, significantly shaping Ukrainian tactics and granting a decisive defensive advantage. Elaborate anti-tank ditches and natural terrain features effectively funnel Russian forces along the heavily fortified Pokrovsk-Kostiantynivka highway. Ukrainian engineers have constructed a sophisticated network of layered fortifications along this critical road, establishing a formidable defense in depth. Additionally, rows of dragon teeth along the highway serve as concrete barriers to halt Russian armored assaults, while hidden Ukrainian positions in the fortifications deliver devastating fire. Ukrainian artillery and drone operators wait in concealed positions, ready to unleash intense fire on enemy formations entering these well-prepared kill zones. Faced with mounting difficulties and aware of the increasingly reinforced Ukrainian positions, the Russian command opted for a desperate gamble. They planned to launch one large-scale mechanized assault rather than their more typical smaller infiltration tactics they had been relying on recently. Hoping to surprise and overwhelm Ukrainian defenders, the Russians dispatched one of the largest mechanized columns seen in this sector for months. The staggering toll means 20 Russian soldiers die for every single meter of territory gained, while some surviving Russians now use social media platforms to desperately warn potential recruits against joining what they call not their war. Russian ratio of losses hit a staggering number of 20 soldiers for every meter gained in the tree lines and in the streets, crashing face first into the Ukrainian wall of drones. As the Russian casualty rate shatters the morale of their soldiers, who now beg others not to join the army in their last videos, Russian commanders continue to deploy more operational reserves into the ever-growing disaster. Near Myrnohrad, Russian forces have been trying for weeks to claw their way forward, hoping to turn the town into a staging ground for a push on Pokrovsk. The plan is to gain a foothold, expand positions, and use the town's size to conceal ammunition depots, force groupings, and drone units operating close to the front. Simultaneous with the Dobropilya breakthrough, Russians thought to use their armor again, in the hope that Ukrainians were too distracted, and this could prove successful. However, in practice, it has been a disaster, as every attempted armored push toward Myrnohrad has ended with Ukrainian firepower destroying Russian vehicles long before they could even reach the contact line. Dozens of geolocated videos show smoking wrecks scattered across fields, showcasing the failing strategy, with Russians now forced to resort to pure infantry assaults once again. Between the Russians and their goal stands what soldiers on the ground call the Wall of Drones. Pokrovsk and Myrnohrad, with their tall buildings and industrial complexes, provide perfect launch sites and relay points for these operators. Drones swarm across no man's land, hitting Russian infantry not only as they cross open ground, but also inside shelters, making even waiting in hidden positions deadly. Soldiers of Russia's 155th Marine Brigade recently complained in a video that their shelter was destroyed by a Ukrainian kamikaze drone, leaving them concussed but alive, at least this time. Yet the drones are not the only powerful tool in the Ukrainian arsenal, as Ukrainian airstrikes are equally devastating with their crushing precision. Videos from Myrnohrad show MiG-29 jets delivering JDAM-guided bombs. In one case, 2 such munitions struck a mine building packed with Russian assault troops, obliterating them in seconds. Another strike targeted a separate strong point, and as one of the bombs failed to completely destroy the target, Ukrainian drones quickly followed to finish the survivors. The synergy is lethal, with aviation wiping out larger concentrations, while drones hunt down remaining infiltrators, ensuring no pocket of resistance survives. As a result, the few Russians who manage to infiltrate forward often find themselves trapped and doomed. With drones flying overhead, there is no place to hide, and one geolocated video shows operators leading Ukrainian Marines from the sky to Russian infiltrators hiding in an underground shelter. Drones confirmed the target, and a small squad moved in, pinning the enemy with suppressive fire, then tossing a grenade inside, ending the fight instantly. Such fish-in-a-barrel clearing operations are happening daily, eliminating remnants of Russian infiltration missions before they can regroup or fortify. The cost for Russia is mind-boggling, and Ukrainian officers report that for every single meter gained near Mirnohrad, 20 Russians die. One Russian soldier sent a video plea home confirming these statistics with the words that there were 20 of them at first, and that he is now the only one left. The rest are dead for what he calls not their war, as he continues with a warning, trying to dissuade more people from joining the Russian army. Ukrainian intelligence confirms that the Russian command is stripping operational reserves from other fronts, as well as pulling exhausted units straight from contact lines and sending them to Pokrovsk. However, with drones watching every trench and precision bombs smashing every hideout, the losses only accelerate. Overall, the defense of Pokrovsk and Mirnohrad has become a demonstration of modern combined arms at its most effective. Drones saturate the sky, JDAMs smash force concentrations, and ground troops methodically clear the shattered remains. Russia's dream of turning Mirnohrad into a launching pad has instead turned it into a graveyard, as each meter forward costs a platoon's worth of lives, a pace impossible to sustain. No matter how many reinforcements the enemy diverts to this sector, the synergy shown by Ukrainian defenders ensures that every advance will bleed out, making sure that for Russia, progress is measured